I need a chair when I'll tell you. I have MS and I do well with it, but sometimes I get a little unstable.
You want?
Well, poets are unstable, so. No, I just need to know it's there.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I thought I'd start with the first poem that Philip published for me. And he mentioned the poet laureate. Of course, that was my life's goal, to become the poet laureate of New Jersey, Allendale, New Jersey. To imagine this was a career, 50-year move for me. But I had met Robert Hass when I didn't know anything about poetry. I thought Walt Whitman was a chain of schools throughout the United States. The Walt Whitman School. That's what I thought. I don't make this up. I was 35, I knew nothing about poetry, and so I met Robert Hass, and my name is Laurie, L-A-U-R-I-E, so I was going around telling everyone because people were calling me the poet laureate. So then I met the real poet laureate of the United States, Robert Hass, and he told me that his friends called him the poet laundromat. So I could use that name my whole life, and I just adored him. And so when he became poet laureate, he said that he got a phone call around 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday to say he was the poet laureate. And he said he felt that 20 people had been called and turned down the job. So it's kind of like, at least with the poet laureate of Allendale, New Jersey, they threw me a big party and it was fun. So he wrote something called The Envy of Poets. And I wrote this after reading his poem, so it's after Robert Hass. And I showed it to him. And he said it looked very pretty on the page, and he liked one line, and he repeated it. So I thought, since Philip published it, I would read that first. In one legend, Odysseus filled a bottle with song, wrote poems on snippets of paper, then took the sun-drenched glass and sealed the top with cork. Unopened, molten music rose and settled to the bottom. When he tossed this vessel of disclosure, words he had withheld from his wife, he soothed himself, lashed as he was to the mast, with the lullabies of birdsong, gulls and terns echoing against the windswept cliffs. It was a myth that sirens couldn't speak. Jealous sailors wavered back and forth on muteness. A woman unable to give voice for months at a time on a journey might be thought a blessing by some. And so Odysseus was relieved of his burden of words, replaced as it was with longing, a hunger for a glimpse of his faithful wife and her sacred chanting as she turned sweet cod to make it hum-sizzle on the skillet's black tongue. Sirens lounging on the rocks, plaiting each other's hair, snatched his bottle bobbing in the waves to unleash all those pent-up words he had pushed down to the bottom. Then seeing him in his cobwebbed trance, greeted him with his own words back. You are my precious pearl, my doe-skin scalloped purse. Thus they repeated until distracted by the steady silver bells of rain, they swam to a cave to take cover, lest they waste their music on the storm and not on an envious traveler who couldn't be tempted into madness, into poetry. Thank you.